Hey y'all, welcome back to In the Blind podcast. I'm Eric Gunderson. This is my co-host Stephen Barker Lyles.
It's me, I'm still here.
The first. And today we are joined by a rising country star. Guy that's been in town for a few years and making some serious waves. Grew up in the Northeast and I guess moved to Texas and then found his way to Nashville. So y'all please welcome Mr. Clayton Mullen.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being here, man.
I'm more excited than him because I clapped.
Nice.
He did. Oh, great. Dang it.
I win.
Remember the church rule? Last one to clap wins. See, I'll let him win. You're the guest. I'll let you win.
So let's dive right in. I'm curious, growing up in the Northeast, Pennsylvania, right?
Yep, Pennsylvania and Massachusetts.
How'd you end up in Texas?
It's a great question.
And I guess, how did you end up playing music in Texas?
I mean, like, the simple answer would be it was the best school I got into, but how'd I even visit TCU in the first place? One of my family friends at the time went to school in Texas, and we made a trip out to visit, and I just fell in love with TCU. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but it's a badass school.
Yeah, we played one show there.
You have?
Yeah.
Well,
it was
Rusty Armadillo? Or?
No, it was actually like on campus for like an outdoor event through like NACA or something.
Nice.
We did bonfire? No,
and that wasn't bonfire. It was like before a football game or
in
something.
the Commons or something?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was really
cool. You like it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Go to the game?
I remember
I mean,
that now.
Nice.
Gorgeous girls and just packed and people just going crazy.
It is so much fun, dude. But so yeah, I went to school there, and then I really wasn't into music at the time. Like, just wanted to get a degree, but I played the guitar a little bit.
What degree were you going for?
Marketing and entrepreneurship. So that's a business degree.
That's cool.
Which I ended up getting, luckily, which is good.
Nice.
That's cool.
I did not graduate.
No, it's one thing I wish I had done because I was so close, and I'm gonna go back.
How close?
Probably 3 semesters from getting it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty close.
That's not far.
Yeah.
I think I had one year left. Like I could have crammed it all into one semester hours wise, but
a summer class or
it
two
would have probably
whatever.
been crazy overload after having not been in college for 21 years.
You go back and do it.
A little bit much.
We had a couple of those guys. We had like these baseball players that went to the league, played in the MLB, but they didn't get their degree, and they came back and they were like 40-year-olds sitting in our classes and stuff.
Yeah.
But so I went to TCU, and I always played the guitar a little bit growing up. My dad played and stuff, but it wasn't cool to play music in like Pennsylvania and Massachusetts.
What?
It's not cool, but in Texas it's cool. It's
That's
the
so
coolest
weird
thing.
to me,
So
man.
me and my buddies would play around the bonfire and stuff, and like started singing, and then like a couple beers later you'd sing again, and then get the liquid courage. But that's when I found out, like, I was like, damn, this is cool. I love playing music and stuff.
You said your dad played. Was that just kind of in the house? Around,
yeah, he just kind of played it.
Like picking for you before he went to bed, kind of thing. Or
like he couldn't, to put into perspective how good he is, he couldn't play a bar chord. But like to me, he was great.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. So did you, when you got to college or when you started playing, like, was it seeing someone else play that made you think, oh, I know how to play the guitar, I'll pick it up and learn it? Or, did it just kind of happen, like you decided that you wanted to play because you love music? Or
I mean, a couple things were happening at the time. Like Parker McCollum was coming up in Texas.
Right.
It was like 2019. And like that was super cool. And like seeing growth growing up in the Northeast, you didn't see small artists like make it, but in Texas it was happening like left and right. You could see these guys that were just like making it. So I thought that was cool, and that's when I fell in love with country music as like a genre. But when I started loving playing music, it was like playing fraternity parties, like on a Friday night. Like
if you didn't like that, man, I don't know.
Yeah. So we'd play to like we sounded so bad. We'd plug into a PA. There's like nothing was mixed. We just turned every volume up as loud as it could go, and then people loved it. And we played cover songs, and we do it like a couple times a month. And then, I realized like it could be very lucrative, because if we could play these tailgates and like 1,000 kids would show up, we'd just go to the bar and be like, hey, we'll bring 1,000 kids if you give us free beer. Yeah. So we did that, and we were getting free beer, and all these kids were showing up. And then, we started getting paid a little bit to play, but it really just happened super naturally, like, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So when you started doing that, like playing fraternity parties still in college, like, I don't know, it's funny that you said like in high school or growing up, like playing music wasn't cool. And like, I guess I can agree with that, because all the cool kids in middle school and high school were all the athletes.
Yeah, sports.
But like if you were the one kid that could also play sports and then had a guitar and could sing, it was like the best of both worlds. Because all of a sudden, like I was the only one in my school besides like 2 other guys. But I was the only one that really sang well. They played guitar.
Yeah.
And started like I went to a Christian high school, so started leading all the worship in chapel, and was like that was like the first time I was like, oh, I think I want to play music for a living, because even then, like after chapel, like girls are coming up to you that never would have talked to you before.
Totally.
Like, hey, that was really good. Like you really just led us in great worship today.
See, it flies more at a private Christian school though, because I'm thinking about it. I went to public school, a really big one in like Clearwater, Florida area, and it wasn't as cool anymore because all the sports, even though I played sports there, though they were all talking oh, Steven plays guitar in the courtyard, when it wasn't even my idea.
They were jealous.
Yeah, but I didn't really. I was like, whatever. Like half the people wanted me to play, you know. So, but like you're right, though. Like it wasn't that cool to. But like a private school, that was cool.
I never got to play in the courtyard. So
Were you an athlete as well?
Yeah.
So that helped.
Yeah, for sure.
At private school, we were cool because we were the closest ones to Jesus because we led everyone to worship on Fridays.
True.
You know?
True. So when did you make the decision to move to Nashville instead of going back home to Pennsylvania?
So I knew I wasn't going home to Pennsylvania, but I wanted to work a sales job. I'd been like super career focused all of college, like internships, this and like sales certificate, that, just doing whatever I could to build up my resume. But I was also doing the music on the side just because I loved it. Like I wasn't trying to make a career out of it. I was like putting music out on DistroKid, and I was opening shows for literally whoever would have me.
Were you just writing your own stuff by yourself, or?
Yeah, I was writing with some local guys in Texas. But I really didn't. I mean, I was just doing it because I thought it was fun, and I still thought I was going to go work a sales job. But I figured I was going to go work a sales job in Texas. But about like 3 months before graduating is when I really was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell them I don't want to work this, and I'm going to move to Nashville. So it was pretty like it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a big decision.
180 on life.
Did you try to mess with like the Texas country scene at all?
I did, and like honestly, without that, I wouldn't have had this start. Like I was playing with like Josh Abbott and Wade Bowen and that whole like that Texas scene is what like got me the start. But
Casey Donahue, we were friends with him.
Yeah, Casey Donahue. I've never opened for him, but I know he's great.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah, Roger Krager, we've opened for him and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
But I mean, you could always tell that the music wasn't fully Texas country, but you know, I was keeping some of that as an influence. Like the instrumentation at the time was a lot more.
They still
raw.
accepted you.
They accepted me,
That's
which
a
is
hard thing to do,
dude. That's the hardest thing to do as a kid from.
we've been down
as a
there.
kid
It
from
doesn't work.
the Northeast to get accepted in the Texas country music scene is like not heard of.
Yeah.
And then, but when I made the move to Nashville, I knew that like a lot of my initial fans were there, and I wanted to keep them because you know they were into the music. So it's like, how do you keep the instrumentation like and just the sound? A blend of the both without like sacrificing the best of or the worst of each of them. So it was kind of this line I had to walk for a couple of years.
Did you find once you got here that there was any like pushback, you know, from I guess you pulling from those Texas roots? I mean, I've never found that here, but like you know, certain people, certain producers, you know, try to push you in a certain vein or keep you away from certain things.
I never felt pushback. I feel like it all happened pretty naturally. But if you were to listen through my catalog from the front. They're from the back to the front. You totally hear it just go Nashville. Which I mean, dude, I love that. I'm making my favorite music yet.
Well, there you
so
go.
like,
it's awesome.
It's just happening naturally.
Yeah, if you're making what you love the most, then you know,
and that's kind of always. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just saying.
That's been a thing about country, like Texas country for me. It's like there's got to be more artists that are coming out of Texas or that are from Texas that would be considered Texas country that don't sound like that red dirt Texas
yeah, it's a
sound.
big state. There's got to be guys who are making different music.
It's like, are they forced to come to Nashville if they want to be different than the Texas dirt, like red dirt sound and whatnot?
Totally,
and like,
yeah.
And I don't know the answer to that.
I will
it just
say
seems
though,
like you listen to Texas radio, you listen to whatever's on that chart, it all has a very kind of formulaic kind of sound and vibe to it. It's like, okay, it can't be played here if it has this type of instrumentation, and you know, you
if
can't
you're
have
gonna
more
play in Texas, you gotta have
that.
a fiddle in the band. We didn't have a fiddle player.
What?
But no, I feel like over the past at least 2 years, maybe a little bit more, like the difference, the dividing line between Texas and Nashville has totally like meshed more. Like,
yes, I would agree.
I would say that. I mean, look at the guys that are popping off: Hudson Westbrook and Ty Myers. Like, that's not Texas red dirt music. It's Texas music, but it's so heavily influenced by Nashville, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and even if just for me, we haven't had hit song on the radio in a while, so like listening to what's on the radio now, I hear a lot of these Texas artists that are kind of very reminiscent of like what was the most popular Texas country over the last 10 years, and I think that's cool because obviously these kids are growing up being influenced by both, so they're not just listening to the Texas charts, they're listening to all kinds of music,
and all genres too,
and maybe what was coming out of Nashville back then wasn't their thing, so that was their reason for like, all right, well, we're going to take this sound and go to Nashville and make it a thing. So I think that's incredible that that's happened, because you hear country radio change over the years, and it's very cyclical, I think, and it
definitely
ebbs and flows, but the things that work and the sounds that work, you kind of filter everything out and then you come back to it. It seems
totally,
like 10
it's a
years
cycle
later.
It's going to come back soon. So
and I think a lot of what we're hearing right now is, like I said, reminiscent of the stuff I was listening to on Red Dirt Radio and stuff 10 years ago. So I think it's cool. What are I don't know, I guess you just had EP come out, or a project come out on August 29th, and then had a brand new version of that.
Yeah, a couple more
Varsity
songs.
Blues, and then Varsity Blues Overtime. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that was a project, I think, like the idea of the project, I knew I wanted to write for a long time. Just like, it's pretty much just about growing up, and I grew up in a pretty small town of like 10,000 kids or 10,000 people, and my high school was 198 kids. So I just wanted to write about what it was like to grow up and like, fall in love for the first time, and then getting your heart broke for the first time. And sports were a big part, as I said. Like, music wasn't the biggest thing, but sports were, and I think it's cool to tie in sports and the music. Like, any guy can be like, heck yeah, that's cool.
What was the nearest big city to where you were from?
Boston, Massachusetts. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so you're like way up there in the corner.
Way up in the Northeast.
So who's your baseball team?
So I'm a Philly. So to make it clear, so I was raised in Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia, in a town called Bryn Mawr, Villanova. But I went to like grade school or middle school and high school in Massachusetts.
Okay, gotcha.
So like, I'm an Eagles fan for football, Phillies fan for baseball, but I'm a Celtics fan for basketball. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, I mean.
So do you cheer for the Patriots or the Sox at all?
Not the Sox, because I'm not like, I just love the Phillies.
Yeah.
Patriots, I mean, I was not a Tom Brady hater. I thought like he was the GOAT. So I mean, obviously if the Eagles played the Patriots and when they did in the Super Bowl with Nick Foles, it was a no-brainer. But
yeah, we love Tom Brady in the South.
Yeah, he brought
us a Super Bowl and almost another one.
Exactly.
That's true.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. We love you.
Yeah. I just didn't hate him. Like, a lot of guys hate him, and I was like, he's a good player. So, but yeah, so the project just came out. It's about like just growing up, learning about life and love and sports, and I knew I wanted to write that project, and I knew a lot of the songs that were going to be on it. But it wasn't until a guy he was one of my favorite artists, but now he's become a buddy of mine, Ryan Hurd. We were writing a song, and I was like, hey, I have this idea for a project, but I don't have the title track yet. And he's like, all right, I'm going to send you a song. And he sent me a song called Varsity Blues. And I could just tell by reading the title. I was like, all right, that's a song I've been trying to write for the past year. And I already had all the songs to go with it.
That's awesome.
So then, like, I heard it, recorded it.
What a meant to be thing right there.
It really was. And then, it kind of just like was that missing puzzle piece, which was cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know you mentioned, some of the guys you had played with in Texas, but like just country music in general. I know everybody asks, what's your Mount Rushmore? But I would ask, what are your 4 biggest influences? And maybe not even your influences, just your favorite country artists, but then a couple that have actually influenced the sound more than.
Yeah. Besides Love and Theft.
Of course.
We're on the Texas countryside.
And then, so I would say the guy who got me into country music, like growing up in the Northeast, it's not like, I can't say I was raised on like all the classics, but Jason Aldean is like who got me into country music. I was like,
that's a good one.
Jason Aldean. But then who really got me into it was Luke Combs and Sam Hunt. Because I was high school, I was 14, 15 years old when that stuff was coming out. And it was stuff you felt like you hadn't heard it before.
Yeah. I definitely hear the Sam Hunt influence in your music when I listen to it. So.
He's one of my favorites. But then when I moved to Texas, I found Parker McCollum. Right. And then, do you guys know Mike Ryan?
Yes.
Mike Ryan is like my favorite artist.
Really?
Like if I'm gonna listen to anybody for the rest of my life, it's probably gonna be
Nice.
Mike Ryan. And Brent Anderson, who produced it, like he's
Yep.
like the best writer in town, in my opinion.
Nice.
So I love that. I love that stuff. But I'd say it's like influenced by that type of songwriting, but then maybe like Sam Hunt melodies and
Right.
lyric or whatever. So
Yeah. That's really cool.
Nice.
What was it about Sam Hunt when you heard it the first time? Because I remember when I heard Sam Hunt for the first time, I was like, "Oh shit, this guy's gonna be huge." Like,
yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you how early on I found him because it probably had already like made its buzz in Nashville by the time
Right.
it got up to us in the Northeast. But dude, like I remember hearing "Make You Miss Me" for the 1st time and like speakers, like
Yeah.
"Love on the Back of the Truck with the tailgate
Cruise.
down, Dustin speakers on."
Wrong man.
Oh, wrong, man. All right, never mind.
Cop car.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I just love, I think, where he, I don't know, I guess it's a cadence thing. It's like the words he chooses, kind of just where he starts a phrase. It's so
Totally.
It's not anything that anyone else does.
The other thing is like the way he just takes you back, and you can put yourself in that memory or whatever. Like it's his story, but everybody's got one similar. And I just love the way it, like, as a kid, you feel like you're living what he's talking about. So that's something I've tried to do in a lot of my
That's cool.
music. But
What about the record you put out before this most recent one? Was that your first record?
yeah,
Like
kind of. So
Nashville
like
kinda-
I put out one in college called "Where the Time Goes," but it wasn't like I wouldn't consider it a record because it was 12 singles that I just considered a record.
Uh-huh.
But that was my first one where I was like, all right, we're gonna record all these songs and have a plan to it and put out,
Okay.
7 of them at whatever time at the same time. But yeah, that was Start at the End. So that's another one where the title track, like, it wasn't a song I wrote, but it's a song I knew I wanted to put out. Morgan Wallen wrote that one.
Right.
And I saw like a video of him playing it in a bar in like 2017.
That's cool.
And Blake Bollinger was producing a lot of the record at the time, and Blake wrote on that song.
Nice.
But yeah, that one was just like, I like looking back at my catalog because like for a while I was literally just, I mean I still am, but like figuring it out as I go, writing songs and knowing that like, that's that story I want to tell. Now here's this one. So that's another collection of just like songs about growing up and figuring out life. And it's true, like I was 22 years old or whatever, and I'm only 24 now, so I'm still just like, I'm figuring it out, dude.
Yeah.
Like writing songs about stuff that influenced me as a kid and influenced me now, and I'm just finding my sound. But a lot of those songs were just me figuring out like, do I like that? Do I not like that? And it's kind of created the artist that I want to be and am today.
It's really cool.
Nice.
What's your favorite part of the business?
My favorite part of the business.
Maybe not the business side, but like, I guess, I mean, the touring, writing, production, just being in the studio,
Podcasts.
Yeah.
In the Blind podcast, talking with me and Steve. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that kind of vibe.
To be honest, I think I have two favorite things, and they're very opposite of each other. I think like I love playing a live show, and that's very extroverted, getting in front of people and entertaining and figuring out, like in Texas, like that was the best place to figure out how to hold a crowd, because like they'll
I agree with that.
yeah, so you got to learn how to work a crowd and all that stuff. And there were like hundreds of shows where I didn't know how to do that, and I still am learning.
Or
But
some shows where you just didn't really care to. You're
then
like,
yeah,
"Look,
you're
not
like, are these
tonight."
people I can't buy? They're
Yeah,
not
Well,
gonna-
in a lot of those
Whatever.
dance halls, it's like the crowd is literally will sit there and they act like, impress me, and then
Yeah.
it's like once they're impressed, then they let loose and they'll get up and they'll
Totally.
dance. But until then, it's like
yeah, you got to make
you're nervous almost. I remember feeling anxious some of the first few times
Well, you
because
get-
everyone had scared their
Oh
shit
yeah,
out
that's
of
what I was about
us.
to
Like,
say. They're like,
oh, they're gonna hate y'all
Yeah.
in Texas. You're not Texas country.
Yeah, if they can't.
it's a scary thing to do, but
But I remember once we got the crowd into it, it was like one
Yeah.
of my favorite shows we had played.
Totally.
Maybe it was just because of that apprehension and like the worry that I was feeling, and then
Yeah,
once that
sigh
went
of
away,
relief.
I was like, oh, thank God, these are normal people.
totally.
normal, they're
But,
normal people. And then
Yeah,
what was
I
the
love
other one?
I love the like that part of it, but then I also love like getting home from the road and being super extroverted and social and being with the band, and then sitting in a room and writing a song and letting your feelings out or whatever it is. So like they're very contrasting activities, but like I feel like if you didn't have both of them, like I don't know, I'd get bored of just doing one of them,
Yeah,
or I wouldn't feel fulfilled if I was just doing one.
Yeah,
I
that's good.
definitely relate to that. I mean,
Yeah, because think about this. I was just thinking about it. some people like never get to experience what it's like to try and sell a crowd on a song. They're still writing hits here or whatever, but it's super helpful when you know your audience and you're writing for your record. You're like, no, dude, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, they don't want that.
They don't want that. And you're telling this dude that it's like, yeah, well, I've written. If you're with certain writers, they remind you of how many hits they've had. And you're like, yeah, but you're not. You haven't ever. Have you ever played a show in front of 3,000 people in Texas? No, probably not. So no, we're not gonna do that.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.
I'll just think about it. You know.
Who are some of your favorite writers to write with here in town, or elsewhere?
Yeah, I love writing with Jason Massey. He produced this whole project.
Which sounds fantastic, by the way.
Dude, he's so good, so clean.
It.
I love writing with Matt Mulhare, Trent Wayne, some younger guys, Kyle Sturrock. I just love, like, one of my favorite things I always say is, like, the first write. It's like a first date.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't know anything about them. Or you kind of know that they either have hits or they don't.
Right.
But, like, you don't know their writing style. You're also everybody's bringing in the best ideas to impress them. Like, if you write with a guy over and over again, you're like, I don't need to think of a good idea. We'll come up with it. Right. But, like, the first write, I feel like I always get the best songs because, I don't know. That's just been my experience with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because
like
everybody
it's
wants.
almost like a proving ground in a sense. It's like you gotta bring your best, and hopefully everyone else will.
Yeah, it's like a first date. You got all like your accolade. You're like ready to impress her.
Yeah, it's almost like you're thinking about date number 2. And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to say? How many lines do I need to contribute to where this guy's?
Yeah, we'll use my idea for the
again.
next one. Yeah, maybe everyone's more willing to agree on like the best idea the first write, and the next one they're like, I really want to write this, so we're gonna. We already wrote a hit last time.
You don't catch up with them as long at the beginning. You're like, introduce yourself, but like if you're with your buddies, you might talk for like 2 hours.
Yeah, you got 4 hours
football.
for a co-write.
Yeah,
the first 3 were spent,
talking
catching up
football.
on your weekend and catching up about football. Yeah.
I always say I'll write with anybody once.
Yeah, I will too.
Go from there.
Steven wrote with a guy we hadn't written with before the other day. He's been around for a long time, New York, LA guy. He left, and we were like, that's our guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those, like, we need to get him back in the room with us. Just
I love people like that.
Some guys you just
they have that thing.
vibe with, and they get what you're doing, and everything that comes out of their mouth fits with what you're doing. And then, like Steven was saying, you have those other guys that it's like they've never listened to your music. They don't care about what you're doing. They just think that they're fantastic and think you should write the kind of song that they write.
Yeah.
That's great. And we've gotten to the point now where it's just like, okay, we'll just write that song with that guy, and we'll.
Yeah, and that might work.
Write with him
works
again,
every once in a while.
Maybe we'll get a cut. Probably not.
Yeah, you're Mr. Cut guy. Go pitch that to someone, get us a cut, because we're not gonna cut it for ourselves. Because it could be a hit, but like we're as a duo, we're trying to write a certain style as like a vocal group. It's got to be able to sing harmonies to it.
Totally, you got your thing.
Not just because it's always a hit, it doesn't mean it's gonna work for us.
Totally.
We can always move things around though, right, Eric?
Yeah. What are your plans for? I don't know. Let's say. What's your 1-year plan, your 5-year plan, and your 10-year plan? Or where you want to be at each of those benchmarks?
Yeah.
Eric's acting as your father-in-law for this.
Yeah.
Would you like to marry my daughter?
Does a stable job after no. Goals or plans?
I mean, just like what are some of those benchmarks and those level things that you'd like to hit? A song on the radio, number 1 or number 1 in Texas. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. A big.
We can mark this one off the list, so that's good.
I mean, I think my 1-year plan is to continue putting out music as frequently as possible. I think as a small artist, to handle anybody's attention, you gotta keep being like, hey, I'm over here. I'm hey.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the 5-year plan is to get to a point where you don't have to do that, where people really want to consume the music, and then that's when you can put out an album and spend a lot of time on it. But I don't know, it's one of those things. I'm curious what you guys think. You got to be you want to be an album artist, but you also if you put out an album as a small artist, it might totally flop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. 5-year plan, I mean, I'd love to get a record deal. It's not necessarily a priority of mine. I've stayed independent for a while, just because it can be lucrative and you can handle the reins and control.
If you got a good team around you, that's all you need.
Yeah. And then 10-year plan, I mean, I would love to, or even on the 5-year plan, just play headline shows in big clubs. In 10 years, stadiums would be awesome, obviously, but you can totally do this playing clubs and all that
Absolutely.
You can do it really well by doing that.
I mean, what's crazy about this business, it's you could have a 15-year career only playing in small bars, clubs, dance halls, and then all of a sudden one song just goes crazy, raises its hand, starts doing all kinds of stuff, and then now all of a sudden every major act in town is calling you to open their stadium tour,
Right,
direct
right.
support. Like, I think
It's a lot of the Texas guys that's happening too.
Yeah,
too.
and I think that's what even keeps Steven and I excited. It's like this is one of the few businesses where your wildest dreams coming true are literally one viral moment or one song away from like literally just dropping in your lap.
Totally.
That's why I was thinking about making out with Eric during this podcast. It could be our moment.
Yeah,
you know?
you just need one moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
all
that's
we
something
need.
I always tell myself and my brother and my team is like, you're always one song away. And I know everybody says that, but like seriously,
It's
like
true.
your first song, you could be one song away before you put out any songs.
Yeah.
The first song you put
Yeah,
out can go bananas.
absolutely.
But also now I've put out, I think it's like 42 songs, or it might be more, might be less. But like as every time we put out a song, I never know what it's gonna be. But one song, and it could be the next song, is gonna change your life, and like that's exciting. And I know they say like you're an overnight success after 10 years.
After 10
like,
years. Yeah, it's
whatever.
10-year town. And then, you know, I've looked at people that, I mean, we were actually probably the exception to that rule. It's like we got to town, met each other after 6 months, started playing together after a year, and within a year of that, we had a song on the radio.
quick,
we were on tour with Taylor Swift. Like,
Wow.
Now we're back on a 10-year
Now we're
plan.
back on a 10-year
We
plan.
reset,
Like-
and now we're like trying to have our
I guess
moment.
the city or the town corrects itself, but no, obviously.
But at the same time, it's like
Yeah.
there's nobody that gets away with like not having to pay their dues.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I remember, you know, we were on tour with Jake Owen, and Florida Georgia Line was opening for us, and like they had their first single, Cruise, come out while they were on that tour, and we all knew that was a special song. It was going to do something crazy, but like we didn't really know it was going to do what it did.
Right.
And then, you know, we're out there, you know, we watched them blow by us. We had a song on the chart at the same time, blew by that, and then just turned into one of the biggest songs of all time. And it was hard not to be kind of like jaded because they didn't have to go out. We had just done 2.5, 3 years worth of a radio tour. We had gone to 190 stations, given up, you know, 100 free shows that year. We were like, man, they should have to do that too. But then at the same time, I had forgotten at that point, well, we did kind of luck into just like hitting the ground running with the record deal and everything else as soon as we got here. So I think what I've realized is you have to pay your dues eventually. And whether you have a bunch of success at the beginning and then it falls off and then you have some more success, or you have a bunch of success and you have no more success. It's like the dues are paid at some point, whether you're willing to admit it or not.
Even Tyler Hubbard, after he when he went solo or whatever, he went on full-blown long radio tour, played small
he
clubs
had to do all the
again.
stuff that him and Brian didn't
Went
have
from
to
playing
do on the
Madison
front
Square
end.
Garden to playing, you know, radio shows again, which is, I admire that about him.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to
That's very
interrupt
cool.
you.
No.
Yeah, but it's a crazy thing, and all that to say, I just don't think anyone gets away with not having to work hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, the harder you work, the more successful you get, I think. And even if you feel like you're beating your head against the wall, you know, just staying true to yourself, staying true to the sound that is you. And you know, a lot of people in this town, a lot of people around the world, it's like something successful and they chase it and try to become that and recreate that.
Yeah.
But it's never authentic, and people have already seen that for the first time, so they want something different. And
Also, by the time you start chasing trends, the new trends happening, and now you're at the back.
in this
end
day
of
and
the
age
cycle.
with social media, the algorithms the way it is, trends are here and then they're gone. Like things happen so much faster than they used to. It used to be, oh, pop's the trend in country right now, so you had 2 or 3 years of pop country, and you kind of fit into that. But the album
folk
cycles and stuff,
country.
you had about 3 years. Like if you were at the beginning of that cycle, you could hopefully get something in by year 2. And then now it's, you know, 4, 5, 6 months, and then it's on to the next thing. But it's also such a potluck kind of thing where there's a melting pot. There's so many different types of music in the country format. Again, that's why I get so pissed off with the who's more country than who, and like who's the real outlaw and stuff.
I feel like that's calmed down now. But
it has a little bit, but it's also calmed down. But I've never seen it like this in the 21 years I've been in town ever. Like. Used to be like, well, no one's going to be an outlaw like Willie and Waylon and Merle Haggard.
You're a singer.
Were. Like,
You can't really get away with it if you were anyways.
What about, I'm curious, like the turnaround to get a song out is so quick. Like you could record a song in a week or 2, mastered, mixed, sent to the distributor, whatever it is. What was it like, say 10 years ago or whatever?
Oh, there was like a 3-month setup at least.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like that's
usually
the quick,
like 6 months.
Right.
Like, oh, that's gonna be our single. Oh yeah, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to have the promo copies that we're going to send the label via snail mail. Then we're going to upload it to Play MP. Then we're going to go do a showcase for all these radio people. Then we're going to find out if they're going to test it or not.
If they
I mean,
like
there was
it,
just a whole setup at radio. And then now it's like, oh, something's working on TikTok. Let's get it out right now.
And 10 years before that, it was getting delivered in a carriage.
Yeah. Paul Revere style.
You got to play it live.
Well, I mean, I think it was totally different 10 years ago. But at the same time, like if you had Blake Shelton or Miranda Lambert or Carrie Underwood kind of back then, and they brought a song that was, they were super excited about, you would see an occasional like rush.
Yeah, you could get it.
But then
turned
rushing
around.
a song out even back then still took like 6 weeks.
Right.
I mean, just because of all the people they had to get it to. And, the panel of gatekeepers is so much smaller now. I think
Right.
there's maybe more of them that you have to get through to get to the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
There's gatekeepers gatekeeping the gatekeepers.
Yes.
Which is weird. And I think they're so afraid of country radio becoming less relevant than it is now. But I mean, 20 years ago we were hearing like, oh, iTunes is going to ruin country radio. And I mean, we've been hearing since the beginning of our career that radio is dying.
Right.
And it is still just as big as it's ever been. Now, streaming and everything else has now kind of reached that same level and then eclipsed it. But I mean,
it's more important. I don't know if it's as big, but it's more important than it's ever been because it's so hard to get into it.
Yeah. And I think I almost look at the business country, especially as baseball. Like the different streaming services to me are almost like farm systems for like these major radio conglomerates, and they're looking there's no discovery that's happening in radio anymore. They're not taking a chance on a brand new song that no one's ever heard.
That's a good point.
Like it has to have had millions and millions of streams for them to even consider it. So
Totally.
There's no discovery of anything on radio anymore. Now it's all on social. So the radio stations don't have to do any of that work. They don't have to take a chance. So there's no risk really involved for them. So I oftentimes wonder, it's like, okay, if this radio station's failing or a program director's failing, like getting fired, why? They must have done something absolutely
they know
awful,
what's
it's not
reacting.
like they're getting fired because they took too many chances on new music, because no country radio station is even allowed to take a chance on new music. It's like, oh, you want to hear new music? Go to the streaming services. So
And they have their own streaming service where you can listen to it. But they're not going to put it on their station. And go follow our playlist.
Yeah, it's sad because in our case, it was like you had to go play a free show for every station basically that you wanted to play the record. And if you're on a major label like Sony that had the money to do that, well, of course they're going to ask you to do that. And the problem we found was like they didn't think us as artists were actually checking to see if they were playing the song. But me and Steven had, media-based logins on our phone, so we're like following the chart nonstop, and we're friends with all these radio guys. So we're like, hey, dude, you said you were going to play this, and you spun it once overnight in the last 10 weeks.
We took you to Morton's last week, bro, and you got a to-go meal for your wife.
And your dog.
Would they stream it after? Would they spin it after that call?
Usually not. They would be like, oh, yeah, we'll get to that. And then we'd hear from our, promo reps at the label. Hey, why'd you call that guy at the label?
That's smart. You got to vouch for yourself, though.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes it helped. Sometimes it would screw us over. But, I mean, again, it was like another realization of, like, if you're not paying attention to the people that are in control of your career, they can do whatever they want and really get away with anything. And 9 times out of 10, they really don't have your best interest at heart if you're, unless you're really staying on top of them. So I don't know how we got on that tangent, but radio. Yeah, that's it. So it's, if the stars align and things work out right, I mean, you said record deal, and it seems like to get a song on the radio, you have to at least have that or a label services team. So in your guesstimation, like what would need to happen in your perfect world for that to happen?
For me to sign a label deal? I mean, I think it boils down to having a moment on social media.
One of your songs just really like where they can't ignore it anymore.
I think that's what it is. But then that begs the question: if you get to a point like that,
do you need it? Do I want it?
Right. Yeah.
So it's a tough question. I think there's a lot of benefits to having one, but also like you said, like if you get to that point organically.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I remember we were playing a show in Sanford, North Carolina with Scotty McCreery, and think it was Luke.
I thought you were gonna say Nebraska. I was like, oh, this story. No,
No, it was Luke Combs that was opening for us.
Wow.
And he had been blowing up on social media and stuff.
It was Vine at the time, right?
Or Vine, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nice,
he came
good
back
memory.
to us. He was like, "Hey, y'all are on Sony, right?" I was like, "Yeah, we're on RCA." And I remember a guy that's really good friends with us. His name's Bo Martinovich. He's worked at Columbia for years. One of the best promo reps out there, in my opinion. And he had been telling me about this guy, Luke Combs. So, I'd been following his career and what was happening.
Rick Crumbs, huh?
Rick Crumbs, huh? But he came back after his set. We were about to go on. He's like, "Hey, can I ask you guys something?" He's like, "This is the deal they offered me."
Luke showed you it?
Yeah. He was like, "Do you think we should take it?" Now, let me explain the deal we were in with Sony.
Okay.
We owned 13% of our master. They owned the rest. And Luke shows me just the deal points, and they only wanted 5% of the master.
What?
He was like, I've had a couple other people offer me less. And I was like, take this deal and sign it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I will forward your name. I will do a
I
Joe
would
Biden
give
pen and
my
have
child
him sign
and
it
my
for
left
you.
nut to sign this deal.
That is
But
crazy.
it just goes to show, like, a guy like that, or a guy like Kane Brown at the time that had built his social following to what it was. I mean, they could have literally sung a page out of the phone book, either of them at that point, and
Right.
had people just go absolutely nuts over it. So, I mean, if you can create something like that, you really do have some incredible leverage.
So much
Now,
leverage.
granted, that was right at the beginning of that whole switch where, TikTok was blowing up and they were forming TikTok marketing departments and
Right.
stuff. But so I'm sure it's gone back a little bit more to the middle, but even that, it blew my mind that, just something like that, just having those couple million fans at the time could alter, because he could actually now make a career being on a major label and whereas we really couldn't. Like, we had to have the touring, we had to own
Right.
all the publishing in order to make it work. And
Yeah.
Where do you feel like most of your fan engagement, like which platform are you getting like the most? Like, is it TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? Like, what is it for you? Like,
I mean,
for your core hardcore fans that are like really paying attention to like everything.
that's something I'm trying to figure out right now. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't fully understand it yet, but I think that most of
Same.
my
I'm trying.
I think that most of my fans are casual country listeners. So I think that there are people who, which was me in high school, they listen to my music on Spotify.
Are they ticket
they-
buyers though? Probably.
I don't know,
know.
and that's
Yeah,
something
it's
we
hard to
haven't done a
tell.
headline tour yet, so it's
So it's hard to
tell. But I think that there are listeners who don't necessarily engage with my socials. So I have monthly listeners on Spotify that is like 5 times larger than my TikTok following and like 20 times larger than my
Yeah.
Instagram following. But it's like it's always you're saying you got to convert the TikTok fans to the listeners. But
Right.
I think I'm in a point where like we have listeners, but it's like, are they people who want to follow along with the content, or are they are consuming the music every month? They like the music, and like it's just I think but going back to your question on socials, the biggest is TikTok,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's not big. It's still small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
Well, I'm
curious.
noticing
of
even
where you-
for like our podcast, it's like every social platform really can be its own ecosystem.
It is, yeah.
And you're almost punished for the cross promotion.
Right.
Like, you post something from Instagram to Facebook and vice versa. It's like, even though they're owned by the same people, they want you to post natively on both. And
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like in your case also, it's almost like you have to treat your different groups of fans different. And
You definitely
almost
do,
always you
yeah.
have to like service them with different types of content.
And think about like what
I'm not
social
on
platforms-
Instagram. I didn't see that video.
Exactly.
Oh, so sorry.
But like TikTok users, I'd assume are probably younger, so you
Right.
might want to like if your fans on TikTok are 18 to 23-year-olds, you might caption it different than the Instagram people, which my mom's all over Instagram.
Right.
She'll probably watch this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Facebook's
Yeah.
another weird thing. It's like
Yeah.
it seems like it's like the OG
Like
thing.
your only
It-
uncles are on
Yeah.
Facebook or like
Yet it pays the best as far
Is
as
that right?
for engagement and everything else. I just recently learned this because I
Okay.
thought it was Instagram, and then I've seen some people's numbers, and I was like, oh shit.
I don't know
didn't
anyone.
Maybe
who
we should
really
do a little
uses-
more
Facebook.
on
I don't
there.
know anyone who uses Facebook
Me neither.
besides my uncles.
Yeah, and even like fan wise, like people that like. I mean, sure, we have a bigger Facebook following, but that was from I would say the last
When there
like
wasn't-
5-10 years
when
when
the
there
other
wasn't all
things.
this other stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But now, I mean, that's still where they want, the majority of that engagement, and that I guess that's why Meta pays better for
Yeah.
Reels on Facebook.
It's wild.
Again, I'm not
Facebook's
sure,
still
and they don't
around
really
there.
explain
It is.
why. that's another big pain in the ass. It's like the algorithm is constantly changing, and you're expected to know how to change your content posting strategies to fit into this algorithm. Yet they don't tell you why it's changed or how it's changed. It's like you have to find these experts that have figured it out, and then it's almost like they're gatekeeping that information.
Right.
And so it's like,
it's
and
tough.
I feel like once I finally figure it out, it's like that trend or that season of that algorithm is over.
Yeah.
And now it's on to something different. And I'm
I will say,
my hair out.
I could like curse at the platforms or whatever, but at the end of the day, it gave me this opportunity to be able to pursue this as a career. Like literally without TikTok, without posting videos of me singing, I never would have like not gone and done a sales job. So I'm super thankful to it. Like obviously you spend a lot of time being like, why isn't it working? But then you also get that one video. I know we were talking about it earlier. Like you get that one video that goes and you're like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like just got 100 followers from one thing. So it's great. There's a lot of power in it, but like you wonder why certain people are getting it.
You'll probably at least get 5 or 6 followers from the post that I reposted earlier. So.
Exactly. That's great. I think I already saw like 5 people follow.
That's what I'm talking about. What?
Yeah, but I mean, to your point, I think you just have to stay consistent, keep your head down, just grind, and when it's meant to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah, we always say control the things you can control because there's so many variables that you can't. So.
Yeah, and that's a very psychological point that you're making there. I guess it's commonly used in the psychology
Is
world.
It? Nice.
Yeah, and unfortunately I have lots of time spent with that, but wanted to ask you about like the mental health side of things being in this business. I know it is a complete mind F on a daily basis.
He doesn't cuss.
Mind fuck on a daily basis. And I mean, at least it can be. Like, I know you've been in town, what do you say, 3 years? 2 years?
I think almost 3 years, 2.5. Yeah.
Trust me, that's plenty of time for your mind to be fucked. So what's been I don't know, what do you do like when you get anxious, when you get just frustrated, depressed? Because I feel like it happens to everybody, whether we want to admit it or not. Like, what's your escape? Like, just to reset and get away from the riffraff and just all the noise that's in Nashville. Like,
one thing is getting away from music. I know like a lot of people outside the music industry, it's like listen to music or whatever, but we listen to music all the time, so it's like anytime you can sit in the car in silence, like that's the best.
High five. First people to ever be on the same page with me on that.
But
I do it all the time.
Yeah, seriously. And even podcasts too. Like I sometimes the best way is to really just get away from music. And one thing like that's I think unique to me is like I was a normal kid that was gonna work a sales job. Like a lot of my buddies, they weren't musicians or anything, so like anytime I'm not writing or recording or networking, like I'm not doing anything related to music. Like I'm either working out, going for a walk, whatever it is, like anything to just be a normal guy that feels like treat it like a 9 to 5 and try and clock out. So that's something that I try to do.
Good.
You
play
can't always
pickleball?
Pickleball.
Eric's a pickleball connoisseur.
love it.
Nice. I'm not that good, but I like pickleball.
I'm not that good.
But yeah, like playing basketball or going to the gym.
You got a good jumper?
Yeah, pretty good.
You play golf?
I know. You say
Golf?
you play.
Oh, dude, I don't know how I forgot.
Unless you can.
Golf's my number one escape.
Oh yeah,
dude, we gotta play.
That's our number
What's your
one.
handicap?
Like 4.2 right now.
4.2.
I'm like at 10.
I'm trying to get it up so I can win some money against
Yeah.
people
He's not
I
a
play with, like Jimmy here, because I can't win any money because
Eric's lying
we've been
about his
making fun of
handicap.
Jimmy lately.
I'm like a
Eric's at
10.1,
4.5, not
that's
4.2.
like-
He lied.
It's shaky. I think my app's lying to me because I'll shoot like a
Your app.
92 and
Which
then
app?
it's, 18 birdies.
Oh,
Nice, that's a good one.
I have that.
Yeah.
I used to use that, and then
Use
the guy we play
USGA.
with, Mark, just wants to use the Gin app, so
Yeah.
or Gin, however you say it.
But,
Yeah, I'll smash you guys with my handicap.
yeah. It's supposed to be the highest, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll smash you guys.
But,
Yeah.
He gets a stroke on every hole, so it's
Yeah.
hard.
Hell yeah.
He just
But-
brags on.
I mean, that's what
every
handicaps are
beach
for.
me.
They're supposed to level the playing field, so we all
But
play.
like, it would be like my worst round. He's like, "Oh, I beat you by 8 strokes."
Smash you, nerd.
I guess the better you get, the lower your handicap gets, but there's more error to like shoot way above it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
And what
mo-
sucks is like the Gin app, like you put in, like I'll get excited if I shoot like a 90 or something, because I put
'Cause
it
you
in,
want it to
hopefully
go
it'll get it
up?
up, and it just kicks it out immediately. It doesn't even use it,
yeah.
and then I'll have couples in the 70s, and it's like immediately there goes
Go
straight
down.
to it and drops 2 points. I'm like, dang it.
My bag just went up like $2,000 this week, so I'm pretty excited about playing again. I mean, not for me, gifts.
Oh, really?
People love to give you golf stuff.
Really?
You got to get on that train. Hey, and by the way, also we added golf to our rider. Took off a bunch of stuff
Golf balls?
Oh,
no
actual
golf.
Oh,
rounds
of course.
golf.
Like
round
play?
of golf for 4. We took off a bunch of other stuff and added it. It works like 90%.
Because they got to hook up the venue. They're like,
Somebody
we'll
does,
give you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody has a
And even if they
friend.
don't have a hookup, they'll call and just be like, hey, we're throwing the show. Would you like 10 free tickets?
Yeah.
In return, can you give us,
Yeah.
round for 2
Oh, it is.
I'm not
It's-
there yet, but when I am, I'm going to use that tip. That's
Oh,
what I'm gonna
100%. You should. Yeah, it works.
Well, don't think you're not there yet. Just literally the next
No,
show you
you're
go out and
not.
play, just do it.
No, you are.
As an opener, they're
See
like,
if it happens.
No, you
We're
will.
giving you $250 and a round of golf.
the comps might have to come out of your own comps for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
show, but
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people want to play with you because you're playing that show and that's their favorite bar or whatever. And like
Yeah.
Joe Johnny at the country club, I was saying, suddenly playing a private course and you're like, what, for free?
Wow.
do you have any like pre-show routines or like a day of show routine, like when you get to a venue, like you have a process or just kind of fly by the seat of your pants?
Yeah. I used to just like hop up and be like, let's see where this goes.
Yeah,
But
same.
now I do like a little bit of voice warm-ups or
Warm-up.
whatever. The same. Like you literally look up vocal warm-up and the first video that pops up, I just click on it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt. And then, me and the band get hyped or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen to some music.
Rock, paper,
Colby Cooper,
scissors.
throw it on the speakers.
Nice.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that's good.
Just have a battle.
I know Corey Kent's team. They do. They have a taser. And they,
Really?
spin it around right before like literally 10 seconds before going on. Spin the taser. Whoever it lands on gets shocked, and then they run out on
That's
stage.
dope.
That's
And
super
that also
sick.
gets
awesome.
everyone's adrenaline up,
Oh,
even if you don't
like,
get shocked.
You have to play the best show of your life every night.
That is
Dude,
genius.
that's a really good
Genius,
idea.
yeah.
I have
So,
one.
you have one?
It's only 50-50 if you and me are spinning it. No thanks.
No, the spinner's in on it.
Well, we can put the band guys in it,
Yeah. And the MC.
and we'll rig it.
Yes.
So it's not us.
All right.
My brother would volunteer.
Won't press the button.
Did you ever
But
have
if
one of those friends that was like, dude, let's get drunk and taser each other and stuff? My brother. Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah,
you have
that's
one of those in
exactly-
college,
Yeah,
though?
not in
like
college.
the taser
High school
kid?
buddy.
Yeah,
he
yeah, the
literally had a
taser friend.
Do you have one on your team now in your band? Because
Luckily not. But
Yeah, they can be a liability down the road.
we're a tame crew. Very tame.
We're pretty.
are now.
We're now, but
We used to have a lot of people quit.
Like, are we the problem?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the shows were good, but it was just wild all
Yeah.
night,
Well,
every night
Eric and
until
I-
we got to the venue the next day.
Eric and I would always vouch for each other,
Yeah, of
right? So
course.
it's
You
like,
have to-
oh, you know what? You don't want to do that? Fine. Eric and I are in. You guys have fun doing nothing. And then, but me
Losers.
and him will always like, well, if Eric wants to do it, yeah, then we're good.
yeah.
And then I stopped drinking 10.5 years ago, and
I had to
all the
fi-
fun pretty much stopped.
I had to, yeah, I had
It's
to
crazy how that works.
start partying with
And
strangers
we're
on the
both-
road.
Now
you
we're
know?
both currently not drinking, and depending on if it lasts, great. But I feel like we're gonna start to come up with new fun things
Yeah.
to do to entertain ourselves.
Totally.
Golf's
which
never
I'm-
been more important.
Which I'm
Right.
kind of excited about because I think it'll get pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
but-
definitely will. You'll
I
have a
don't know what
taser
he's
at the
talking
next
about.
show.
I'm a little nervous. Yeah, I'll have a taser if Eric shows up.
Well,
I had
actually,
the best
like,
idea.
shit like
Steve.
that, to be honest. Just stuff that's going to make our band be like, these guys are wild and unpredictable.
Whack.
What the fuck's going to happen?
You guys should play like pack roulette. Like put all the packs. Like get your mix,
Oh
and
my
then just like see what
gosh.
pack you end up with.
That gives me anxiety.
That's
already.
a wonderful, horrific
Eric would
idea.
never do that. I would actually play that. Eric would never.
End up with
would.
the drummers pack.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
I'm so particular about like
As a harmony
how I
group,
like
no,
to
it
hear
wouldn't work
stuff.
out.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Once you get comfortable with something, it's hard to go to someone else.
Yeah, actually,
we-
our show this weekend, I was noticing, like, I was thinking back to like 10 years ago and what I liked in my mix versus what I like now,
Yeah.
and it's completely changed, which
Yeah,
is
that's
weird.
interesting.
You're
to
just
me.
getting old, you know.
Yeah.
And I also listen to my pack like almost on silent now, just to protect my hearing.
Yeah, rather than like.
just because you
Oh.
get ear fatigue so easily. I didn't even realize that up until
Yeah.
more
Then,
recently.
does
like,
anyone have the new update on the iPhone yet?
no,
Because
tell
it
us what happened.
literally tells you you need to turn the volume on your headphones down based on blah 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 stats. You've had it at this volume for this long. It's not good for your ears.
When's the last time you updated your phone? I've had that for like 5 years.
Well, I just updated to 27, iOS 27 this week.
Oh, maybe.
And it's never come up on my phone before, and I haven't changed anything. And I was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, nah.
Why is it judging you like that?
I know, it's so
Judge you
judgy,
like
man.
I looked at the other. I was like, "Oh, you think that's loud?
Yeah.
Watch this."
I can't get it loud enough from all the shows I've played. You know, I'm like, oh. But-
Yeah, if you put his in-ears in,
Blasting.
it's an experience. Like, but it doesn't hurt your
Ima-
ears, right? Like that's how loud you have to have it.
No, I
to
don't
be
have
able to
any
hear it.
ringing problems. I went and had my ears checked a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "No, you're good." And I was like,
Oh,
Cool.
Interesting.
"Cool."
But it's crazy, like how differently,
interesting.
how
Oh, wow,
differently
weird.
people hear things.
Yeah.
Like, because most, like, a lot of times, you know, if just another lead singer, I'll be like, yeah, just match his mix and give me the same thing. And then I'm
Way
like,
different.
"Oof, okay, just kidding. Like, I thought everyone would like to hear it this way.
I'm curious. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's very balanced. Like,
He doesn't have me in there. Super weird.
No, I do have you in there. I don't have your guitar in there.
See,
I don't even think I put my own guitar. No, I'm kidding.
I do have tons of keyboards and tons of background vocals because I feel like if I ever lose like my
Yeah,
pitch
those are good
reference,
to
those
be-
are at least some different
Yeah,
frequencies.
and the
that are,
BGVs
like,
are tuned.
smoother and warmer, so I know it's like okay, if I'm singing to that, then
Perfect. Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll hear like lead guitar players go like way out or they'll
Yeah,
break a string and try
bad
to get back,
note.
and you're like, oh god, is that me?
It pulls you down for 1 second,
Yeah.
then you're stuck there, and you get
What?
Yeah, and then you're fighting yourself to like try to
Yeah.
get it to sound right, and it's
What's so your hometown? You still got family and stuff back there?
Yeah.
What
So
are-
my mom actually moved to Franklin, and my younger
Oh,
siblings
fun.
go to University of Tennessee. So home
that's
base
cool.
really is Tennessee now.
Okay, I was just curious of what like all your hometown friends and family and stuff like think about your music and stuff. They gotta be proud of you, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think my family, my family's definitely like not a lot of musicians, but we love music. Like
Yeah.
my aunts and uncles, and cousins and stuff. So I think they're proud. But
that's cool that you have family in Tennessee and stuff. My
Yes,
family all kind of moved up here with me too, and it was so nice.
It's a good place to live, and it's
It
nice to
is
have them
nice,
like
yeah.
have people here when you come home from the road.
What's that one bar in Pennsylvania that we love to play? And he has a good memory. Oh, flip, and it's like, it's one story. It's really long. I feel like we went there with. Oh man.
What cap is it?
prospectors.
Yeah, was it Prospectors?
Yeah,
You ever
it's like
played
right
there?
on the New Jersey, Pennsylvania border. It's like
You ever
right
played
outside
there, man?
Philadelphia-
He's like
Philadelphia.
We haven't played many shows on the East Coast, so we got to get out there.
Really?
Jinx was the
Jinx is a good one.
the Jersey Shore bar.
Oh, that's got to be a blast.
Yeah,
that's
that's a
a really
good
good
one.
one.
That is a good
And
bar. I forgot about that
The
one.
one in Dewey Beach, Cork and Barrel or something like that. That's
How
another good one.
Yeah, man. See, remember,
Yeah,
that's
that's
why I
a
keep
good
him
memory.
around. I keep him
Yeah,
around for
I
that.
can't remember anything.
One of my favorites to play was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was like the Green Gecko or something, and then they
Cool.
closed it down. That was the sex shop day with the fur coats.
Oh gosh, I was not involved with that day. I wasn't there. What's how close were you to the beach growing up? Like, what was the closest beach to you that you went to?
Probably about an hour.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what the closest one here is like 38, and that's like 6.
that right?
6.
I haven't been to. That's Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't been to 38?
No.
Oh my gosh. No, there's this 38 thing in town where like all the people are like, oh yeah, we're going to 38 this week. And I'm like, cool. It's like this, and they have like 38, like all the house
Yeah.
moms have
On
38
their-
sweatshirts
Yeah.
and stickers on the back
On
of
the
their
back
car.
of the
So people know they
38,
went there
38,
once a
Salt
year.
Life.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Salt
like,
Life,
oh, I'm
yeah.
a beach person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We get it.
I grew up in Clearwater, Florida, nerds.
Is that by the beach?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the beach.
It is a beach.
On the beach. It is
surf?
a beach.
Other side?
You can't surf over there unless
Yeah.
there's a hurricane. It's
Nice.
highly not recommended.
Isn't Clearwater Beach like always ranked in the top 10
Yeah.
beaches
Yeah,
in the
man.
entire world?
Yeah,
every year?
man. It's nice, man.
It's pretty awesome.
Clearwater
I always
Beach.
enjoyed going down there. We haven't
Yeah,
been in
we
a while.
we go we try and find a reason to go anywhere near a beach and a golf
Oh,
course. We've been very
And then you
fortunate.
get a beach golf course, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Can't beat
gosh,
that.
yeah, we have done that.
What's your favorite thing to do not music related in Nashville?
golf. I don't
Yeah, that's mine too.
What's your favorite course in town?
know. Favorite course or one I play the most?
Both.
Favorite course?
Because my
'cause
favorite course is
mine
not
are
the one that I
different.
yeah. I love playing. I'm blanking on it. Hermitage.
Yep.
I love playing.
That's where he
Hermitage.
plays all the time.
Presidential or
I think Presidents is by far my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much, but
It's the harder one.
that's
definitely harder,
That's why I don't like it.
It's-
Probably.
But I like the fairways, the Zoysia
So-
versus the
yeah.
Bermuda. Just
It's
the
great.
ball. It's
oh,
like a
they're
natural
different. I didn't
tee.
know it was different.
Yeah.
grasses.
Yeah, if you
Wow.
next time you play, like, pay attention to the
I will.
fairways on Presidents. It's like a different kind of.
Is it the spongy one?
Yeah, it's spongy,
Yeah, I like
a little
that one.
thicker. Like there's like
Hey,
the
Eric,
sprigs
it's
make
me.
it
I'm
sit
going out
up.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spongy grass.
And then the other side, it's the really cut.
Yeah,
short
it's tough to
Bermuda,
get
and it's
under.
like so you just I don't know. You can
I
always
like
just have
that
fluffy
one.
lies.
But I play
Presidents.
McCabe the most, obviously.
Okay.
I played last week.
So I
It
go
was
there.
in great shape.
I got a hack, dude. You just go on Mondays after 12. The course is closed, but you
Why
can
is it
walk
closed
for
early on
free.
Mondays?
They do maintenance in the morning.
Maintenance,
I knew that you could go after like X time, but it's like in the afternoon. But I didn't know you could go that early on a Monday.
Yeah, so if you don't book a ride on a Monday, then
God.
you can.
Most rides on
During
Mondays are
COVID-
canceled anyways.
During COVID, me and our buddy Aaron Ellis played McCabe every single morning for the
Nice.
entire lockdown.
That's
Literally
why you got
every
so
single
good.
day. I mean,
Yeah.
that is when I got like I was like a 10, 12 handicap before
Okay.
that, and it's not even that I played so much. It was like I just figured out quickly what I was doing wrong, and was
yeah.
playing enough to fix it kind of as I was playing on the fly. There was no pressure. It was like
Right.
you weren't really.
Was it free during
It
COVID?
was free, and they had those metal cups in
Yeah,
the cup
just
to
hit it
where
in
you
that.
just if you just dinked it off the
Yeah.
cup, we counted it.
So you were scoring like crazy low.
Yeah, but I like we didn't put any of our scores in back then just because
Yeah.
we didn't want to screw up our handicap.
Totally.
But that was good for me just to like, because you'd hit 4 or 5 shots just because at the beginning nobody else was out there, and then by
Yeah.
the end of the pandemic, everybody had figured that trick out. So
Right.
you had to get out there at like 4 a.m. to even like get out there.
Yeah,
and
golf
get
has
a tee time.
exploded since COVID, and it kind of sucks for.
That
I assume
sucks.
you guys were playing before too, but like
Yeah.
there are so many
It's
people
so
who
hard to get on there.
treat the course bad. Like they don't fix their ball marks, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
It is harder to get on courses here, and they're more expensive.
So much
I
more.
think finally this year though it's starting to slow down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
'cause it seems like so many people were so into it, and like Hermitage, you couldn't even get a tee time out there, and
Yeah.
it's a little bit easier this summer, I think. But
I think they
again,
realize how
playing
hard it is, and
less.
they're giving up.
I hope so,
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
Golf
don't
is a
care how hard
hard
it
game.
is.
it's tough. It is.
I was telling somebody else the other day. It's my favorite game, I think, because I guess it's like the closest parallel kind of to life.
Yeah,
like-
ups and downs.
Yeah, but it's like it's a stationary ball. You really, if you miss hit it, you only have yourself to blame.
Yeah.
If you flush it, it's still you only have yourself to blame for that.
Yeah.
And then it can hit the green perfectly and pop up, spin back to the hole, could go in. You could also hit a sprinkler head, and your perfect shot turns into
Yeah, terrible.
dropping one, hitting 3 because you couldn't find it.
Right.
And for me, it's like that's what you said earlier. You can only control what you can control, and you can only
Yeah.
control yourself. So
You have any hole-in-ones?
I don't.
Nice.
I was playing on a simulator once, not playing an
counts, come
actual
on.
round, and got a hole in one just in the practice. But that's the
That
closest.
definitely counts.
And it was I had driven like a 330-yard green or something.
Oh, was it on
Well,
par?
Eric,
it
I
was
shot
on a par
18
three.
under on my iPhone golf game.
Did you guys know
so-
Nick Walsh? Nick's a writer in town, and he's like the second best tee golf. What's it called? Golden tee? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like ranked. He goes out to
Really?
Vegas every year. Yeah.
What's
He's
his name?
ranked.
Nick Walsh. He's
Nick
written
Walsh.
some of Riley songs.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to Kansas State.
Okay, I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Oh, that's a rival.
Yeah, we've never written with him.
TCU.
I haven't at least, but I know who he is.
Yeah. But dude,
That's
Golden
pretty crazy
Tee-
to be ranked in
In
Golden
Golden Tee, yeah.
Like, you
There's
gotta
probably
be
money in
really
that,
good.
too.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Chris Young like obsessed with it forever?
He had one built in like a road case. Like
No
he had
way.
one
Bring it out on tour.
deconstructed so he could set it up and take it out.
That's
And it
funny,
has,
that's
like,
one of
this
the
tray
things I
that
think of
rolls
when I
out,
think-
and-
Yeah, I thought road cases like closets were cool, but
Yeah.
it's just leveled up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really cool because I remember we were on a show with him and he had it, and I was like, I've been waiting months to see this.
That's
and
sick.
like,
Was it cool?
it was cool, but like they were over like the excitement of playing it every day, so nobody
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to play.
They didn't even
So-
take it out the trailer at that point.
So yeah, go climb up there in the back and go find it.
Nice.
That's funny.
What's your plans, I guess, for this holiday season? Do you ever do any Christmas records or a Christmas tour or anything like that?
Yeah, I love putting out like winter themed songs in the wintertime. It's fun.
That's
We've
cool.
done that past couple of years. Not like Christmas necessarily. Maybe we'll do a Christmas one.
You should, because
yeah.
everyone has a Christmas playlist. Everyone.
Yeah,
And it
streams
lives
go
forever. You're
bananas.
guaranteed to be on it every year if it's somebody that
True.
likes you.
Yeah, I need.
Yeah,
I'm
we
a
never
big
put out a
fan-
Christmas record, but we
But
put out
songs.
enough songs like to where we're getting to the point where we probably could like
Yeah, you can get
record
one.
4 or 5 more and then have a whole record. So.
That'd
Yeah,
be
because
cool.
you can literally every year it's the same thing. You just repost it, be like, hey, don't forget to put my Christmas song
Yeah.
on your playlist. You know.
every year you get a new chance at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super
Like
fun.
Lady Antebellum's Christmas record, my wife loves.
It's
and,
pretty
like,
good.
The old one, like, you know, we played it every Christmas.
Yeah.
Theirs and Dave Barnes. I say hers because Hillary sings a lot of songs on it, but
Brett
Hers.
Eldridge, his stuff is.
and Brett's is
Yeah,
incredible
that's a
too.
good one.
But I just like
Wait,
randomly
doesn't Chris
saw.
Young have a really good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Young's is
I
good.
just
Yeah.
randomly
too.
saw that Lady A's putting out or just put out their
Lady Antebellum, you mean?
yeah. What did I say?
Lady A.
Lady A. Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Or whatever they're called
I
now.
think it's
No, it's
Lady
like,
A,
you
right?
actually had it right.
Okay.
I was going back to the old original.
But anyways, I got excited. I was like, oh, good, something different to listen to this Christmas.
Yeah.
So.
That Michael Bublé one is fire.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
That's probably the. I mean, that's top 3. Right?
What is it? Mariah
Yeah.
Carey, hers goes
Yeah.
like, it like charts every single year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's wild.
yeah.
Yeah, I read something about the streaming numbers for that the other day, and
It's
it was,
probably in the
it
billions.
absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, holy smokes.
I want to
Like,
see, like, how many times do you think it streamed today? Like a couple hundred.
Yeah, and then go back and just like do a screenshot and then
Like,
you
so
should
it must
do
have
that.
popped on someone's playlist.
You
today,
should
just
screenshot
randomly.
I mean,
it.
my son last night pulled up Wham's Last Christmas and was walking around the house singing it, and then pulled up All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
It was singing that. I was like, what made you pull those
He's
up?
trying to so he can get his Christmas list in early to you,
Yeah.
man. I see what he's
Oh,
doing
okay.
there.
That
I
makes
see what he's
sense.
doing.
But yeah, I guess we have access. We can screenshot on
You should-
Spotify
you should-
today and see what it is tomorrow.
You should do it, and then do a post of like when, and then put them like screenshots on whatever day, and then fast forward to whenever, like the day after
Christmas.
Thanksgiving or Christmas
Yeah.
Day. How many? And then
I guess
do
the
the
day
math.
after Thanksgiving, I bet they have the most people. That's when people are like, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, but it would
hammer.
be. I think you're right though. Like do it on the 26th. That could be your day after Christmas post, and to have the both of them next to each other.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Or you can just chat GPT it and you can ask how many more streams it has from, and then but it doesn't give you a post.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I guess last question. I know you've been in town, I guess, compared to us, relatively for a short time, but there's people moving here every day. What advice would you give to young artists that might be in college, that might be thinking about not going to college, about, you know, biting the bullet and moving here, or whatever whatever it is? What advice would you give to the next generation of young up-and-coming artists?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is just me speaking from personal experience, but I just say, like, make sure you're in it because you love it. Like, when I was making those songs, I never had the goal of doing it for a living, or even, like, I've never had the goal of signing a publishing deal, or never had the goal of signing a record deal. Like, you just got to do it and show up every day because you want to do it, and all the other things will come. So, like, I just keep your eye on making the best work for yourself, and then, you know, if you keep your head down long enough, that stuff will get noticed and you'll be rewarded for it. So
That's really cool. It's good advice.
yeah.
That's good advice.
Wish someone given me that advice. I hated it. No, just
Nobody
kidding.
liked you, bro.
Well, man, we really appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on
thank you
today.
guys so much. Had a
It's a
blast.
pleasure to kind of break down your career and
Totally.
hear from you. And I feel like I learned some stuff today. So
Yeah. Next time I come, we'll do the taser spin or something.
yeah, let's
We'll do it on the golf
for
course.
sure.
Yeah. Be right before a tee shot, dude. That's how you hit a PR tee shot.
Whoever gets picked to get tased gets an extra mulligan.
Yeah.
So you kind of want it,
Or you
kind
at
of
least
don't.
get a full 2 minutes before you have to tee off.
Yeah. You get to warm up. But no, thank you guys so much.
Well, and where can everybody follow you on socials? What are your
Everywhere,
handles?
yeah. Clayton
Is it-
Mullen Music on everything. So.
And tell us the release date for the one more time so we hit him again.
So we got a song. I don't know when this comes out, but we got a song called "Good As Mine" coming out October 3rd. So,
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome.
yeah.
Nice.
Clayton Mullen, everybody. I said Clayton Mullen, even though it sounded like Clayton Moulton. I said Clayton Mullen. So
Yeah.
check him out. We really appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks, dude.
And we'll
Appreciate it.
see y'all next time. Thank you.
Go Bucks.